Alright, we're ready? Let's get ready. Come on. Hello everybody and welcome to G14 Racing League Round 5 here in Bahrain for the Sakir International Circuit. This is the third time this week I've had to commentate around Sakir, which is pretty fun. It's like I've pretty much almost got the track in my head already. So it's 15 corners around 5.7 kilometers, 5.4 kilometers. I think it's 5.4 kilometers. Sector 1 consists of turns 1, 2, and 3, which are three somewhat tight corners, followed by turn 4, which is a pretty tricky corner to get right at times. Sector 2 begins with the S section between turns 5 and 7. Turn 8 is then a hairpin where we could see some dive bombs in lap 1. Turns 9 and 10 are a downhill section, with turn 9 giving you the taster, and turn 10 is the place where you properly have to brake, and if you outbrake yourself, you're either going into someone or just somewhere off the track. So, followed by turns 11, which is a left-hander, turn 12, which is a right-hander, followed by sector 3 and turn 13, which is another hairpin, followed by a back straight. Then you've got turns 14 and 15, and then you end your lap. Times around here will be something like a 128, maybe even in the 127s if someone's quick enough. But for sure we'll be seeing some 128s and 129s on the board here today. Drivers to look out for today, you've probably got TK, you've got, to be fair, we've got some drivers here that do... Maybe we've not seen him race yet, but I have a feeling they could be quick because you've got Reserve. I mean, he's already driven before. He's quick. We know that Yummy has some speed. I think I'm pretty sure the Aston Martin of Fekhoff will be 5th. Currently in 5th. He will definitely be showing some performance. Same with LJS, with 12th for the V-Carb, reserving today. He's finally got his opportunity with the... I don't think JB is here. I think JB is here. The other person isn't. Why are we saying off fireworks? Good question, but let's ignore that. So once again, we've got the main drivers. We've got Duncan in the Williams today. We've not seen him a whole lot this season. If not, this is probably the first time. We've got Swiggy, which we saw last race. He won technically, however, due to penalties, he dropped down to 3rd place. So he will definitely be the one performing here today. So we'll see him definitely up the top of the list. The man, he is somewhat a mid-table driver. Same with Marky, Finn, maybe, Bar. As we've seen before, the McLarens are quite the slowest on the grid, no offence to them. However, I think with Hamburger's debut today, I think this is his first race, we could see him getting into the point. But C and Riley were not very, didn't have the performance in the first couple of rounds that I've been commentating at least. So we'll see how Hamburger does in the McLaren today. As we're going to go drive his starting laps, and that's the Aston Martin of Fekhoff. And the man making his both of them making their way down into turn 1. There is some kind of traffic for the Aston Martin here at the moment. He's got a McLaren in the way of, I believe that's C. But we'll see. We'll see, J-Ray. We'll see. As you can see, those little outlap sections just quickly disappearing as drivers are going out for their official lap here, their first flying lap. Then we'll see two more of these little rounds, these little legs. So you've got this one, the first leg, where basically it's the start of the qualifying session. You're going to try and put some kind of lap in, followed by the second leg, which is like around the 8th minutes, between 10 and 8. I've seen usually where people maybe try and improve, but it's not as large of the amount of drivers that go out on track. And then you've got the final leg, where it is basically your last lap, where you put basically all of your pace into it, and you just fully lock in. And we'll see how that happens today, as the man making his way down the back straight, going into turns 14 and 15. He's quite sluggish through that corner. I'm going to see what it'll be for the Ferrari. Makes his way down the straight. What will it be? It's a 1:31.6, which obviously will not put him onto provisional pass. You've got a V-car merging of Yummy, who's set to 1:29.3. Then got a McLaren of Hamburger. We'll see where he goes. Does he have the pace? Wait, that was C. He's starting his lap. Got a Mercedes making his way around. I believe that's reserve. He sets a 1:28.1. A good lap from him. What will it be for Hamburger? As he crosses the line, he goes third. Tied shortly behind you. He also gets third place. And then Barr puts into fourth. Swiggy goes into second. 5/10 off the Mercedes' lap time. As you've got Doggo, the Polish driver, not on a proper lap. Duncan, Devil going second. I believe Duncan either was on an out lap, or he didn't validate. And then you've got the two Alpines of Finn and Markey. First is Finn, who's driving for the pits, but Markey is going to put a lap on the board. It's looking quick to 1:28.9, which puts him to fourth. And the Rebel in the background of UX did not put a proper lap time in. Ferrari, that's CK. He goes into second with a 1:28.4. 2/10 off provisional fastest lap, provisional pole position holder, reserve. You've got Aston Martin, I believe that is Fekhoff. Yes, it is. He's set 1:09.2 for Sector 2, which I don't believe is the quickest. He might be going for the pits. He's staying out. It looks like to be a 1:31. It's a 1:31.8, which puts him into 11th. But there is a clear difference between basically, let's say, the top 6 and then 7th to 13th, 7th to 11th. It's got C. He goes 9th. I believe that was Bear who goes 6th. As Yummy dives for the pits, and Mercedes are letting drivers pass. Was that the Mercedes letting the Sauber past? I think it was, but we've got a whole bunch of traffic into that final corner. We can just see here Swiggy, McLaren. You can see a Haas. You can see another Williams. That's Duncan, who goes P7 with a 1:29.3. You can see a V-carb in the background of Lewis, who makes his way down into turn 1 from his out lap at the moment. We've got another Red Bull. I believe that is UX. He's improving by quite a bit. He's going to cross the line. He goes 10th with a 1:29.6. So it's a good lap from the Red Bull, as you've got the Ferrari of TK making his way into the pits shortly behind. The slowest driver currently out there is Fekhoff, who has set a 1:31.8. And he's got his teammate up ahead of Devil going interestingly wide. Decent. Maybe if... I mean, I'm not sure if that's the track limit. I'm not sure. Maybe he got some extra time out of that. C's going to go into the pits. You've got Red Bull, I think, going to follow suit. That is Bear. As next across the line to put a lap in looks to be Lewis. As he makes his way down the back straight, the number 51, the V-carb. Obviously, the V-carb sometimes can be quick with JB. I'm not sure if JB's here today, as Lewis is going to make his way down the straight. He's going to cross the line. It's a 1:30.1, which puts him into 11th. I don't think that was his quickest and strongest lap there. As Finn has been given an invalidation into turn 1, which is not the best place to invalidate. Rose Q Pro back in the Mercedes, reserving once again. Polish driver, his teammate, XF Reserve, currently first. Is it? Ah, okay. Obviously, he's backed out of this lap. I think he's going to go back into pits as more drivers go back out once again, as we have hit that, like I said earlier, that second leg of drivers trying to improve on their lap times, try and get a solid, good spot for the rest of the race. Something's happened here with the Alpine, taking an interesting line as TK will not allow to be the one in front. You can see the man approaching as well. Is he on a lap is the question. He is. He's improving at the moment. He's a 10th up, but he's going to have to get these cars out of the way. So he makes his way through the right-hander, a bit shaky. He's 8 tenths of improvement, which currently puts him into 12th. As there is quite a big difference between 11th and 12th. And then you've got a difference between 5th and 6th, which is quite a big one. As the Ferrari, who must be still improving by more. What will it be for him? It's a 130.7, which puts him into 12th. 9 tenths of improvement. As Rose making his way round the right-hander. It's a quickish sector too as he makes his way round turn 13. As he crosses the line to 128.5, which puts him into 3rd. A very good lap from the Polish driver in the Mercedes, his teammate currently in provisional pole. So some good placements for Mercedes at the moment. Swiggy is going to cross the line. He goes into 2nd with a 128.2. 77 thousandths off current provisional pole sitter with a 120.1, and that's XF Reserve. Got Kick Sauer, I believe that's Bar. Nope, that's his teammate Tide, who stays where he is, as Bar did improve. Aston Martin, that's Fekhoff. That's a Williams emerging, I believe that is Duncan. Lewis is back out once again, who went into 12th. Which is a 129.5 as TK jumps to provisional pole with going 600ths quicker than Reserve here. As the Red Bull of Bear Funny, it's not Bear Funny, that was UX who starts his lap. But speaking of Bear Funny, he's making his way around the final corner right now as Hamburger is probably going to go into the bits as McLaren's slowest-ish, once again, the slowest constructor at the moment. We'll see if Hamburger can improve on his lap. Fekhoff currently narrowly improving. Bit of a shaky turn 11 as he makes his way round down into turn 12. He's improving by a 10th, nearly 2. It's still quite sluggish, it seems. Because you've got a Williams in the background, that is a Duncan. Down the straight, what will it be for the Aston Martin? Crosses the line. Stays where he is, but does improve his lap as Duncan jumps up to 7th. With a 128.7. Somebody's just gone up. That's C, jumping up to 14th. And he's splitting the Kick Saubers in half. So there's another Mercedes making his way round. That is Reserve, who goes into the pits. J Duff is not racing, no. I don't understand why, to be fair. As Hamburger jumps up to 16 with a 130.6. As we have three protagonists challenging for pole: Swiggy, Reserve, and TK. I think TK is the only official driver, as Reserve and Swiggy, I believe, are reserves. Maybe Reserve's not Reserve, which is quite crazy to say. His name is Reserve. I don't even know what I'm saying. Reserve is a reserve. That just sounds so weird to say. So I believe that's Devil driving past. He's improving. He's looking to beat Rose. We'll see in Sector 2. He's improving by 0.2. So does put him currently 4th. Any mistakes in that is obviously lap gone. As mistakes are usually going to be worth around 3 to 5 tenths, but we'll see what it'll be for the Aston Martin. Makes his way down the straight, he's going to cross the line, jumps to... He stays where he is. That Sector 3 was just not good enough. He does improve, but his lap, but not his position. As not Markey, his teammate Finn, who's yet to set a lap. What will it be for the Haas? The Haas to win. The Alpine, he goes to 14th with a 130.4. Ferrari of the man, he is dying for the pits as he did invalidate. He was improving in Sector 2, but must have done something in Sector 3. As the... Oh, Jesus Christ, that's an end play gone! Oh my fucking God! Dargo's been assassinated there. He's improving by 2 tenths, but that is lap gone. That's Williams making his way. That's Swiggy. He goes on provisional pole with a 128.0. And we could see a sneak into the 127s if anyone improves by a 10th. If TK improves by a 10th. As next across the line looks to be a V-carb. That's Lewis starting his lap. Red Bull. Aston Martin, I believe that's Devil going to the pits. Yep. Alpine. That's not Markey. It is Finn, who will probably will also be going into the pits, as the RS is a bit too low. Yeah, there we go. Got the McLaren of C on an outlap. The McLarens do look a bit more quicker than they usually are. They're a bit further up from being 20th and 19th. Got anyone? These are everyone's final laps. Nobody will be getting in another lap. Just to put that out there. He's got Reserve making his way into the final corner. There's a Red Bull there. There's a McLaren. We've got the Yummy cutting across, trying to get a lap as the two V-carbs sit together. As Devil has retired from the session. He was in the pits already, so the maximum place he could have already got was already 5th. As is that bar making his way around the final corner? It is! This will be his last lap. What will it be for the Sauber? He crosses the line. He goes, stays where he is. He cannot improve on his lap. Ferrari, that's the man. You've got the Red Bull behind, who does not improve. As some people have not been able to make it to the line. Yummy has retired, but next to cross the line, as Lewis has retired as well, he's up into 8th. Rose Q has retired. Let's see. Can C improve his position? I believe that is Swiggy behind him. As C crosses the line, he stays where he is. Dunker goes into P4 with a 128.4. Mercedes of reserve. Can he improve? He goes provisional palm with a 127.8. The Rebel behind of Bear Funny stays where he is. As he's got another McLaren. That is Hamburger, and also who's letting pass the Swiggy. Cannot improve. TK can improve, but goes second with a 127.9. But it's pole position for XF Reserve in the Mercedes, narrowly beating out Swiggy and TK for that pole position. And that is that. As we wait for Bart to go into the pits. So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for now 29 laps of round a 5.4 kilometre track in the Sakir for the Sakir Grand Prix around the Sakir International Circuit. Here in the G14 Racing League, Tier 1, round 5. And before everything, let's quickly have a gander at the championship before anything kicks off. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the drivers' standings, you have average, which I believe is TK, who is currently top of the championship, followed by the Red Bull of Fowler, which I believe is in here. Then you've got EDG Racer in the V-Carb, JJ, who is not here, in the Williams, Nick in the Alpine, Swiggy in the Williams, Oleg Rajic, who's also not here in the Haas, and then Rose, who is currently in 8th, who's racing today in the Mercedes, and he's put himself in a good spot for qualifying as well. I believe he's starting 4th or 5th, the last time I saw. Constructor standings, you've got Ferrari, Alpine, Williams, Red Bull, V-Carb, Haas, Mercedes, Sauber, Aston Martin, McLaren. Ferrari currently lead 6 points ahead of Alpine, followed by Williams on 54 points. Then Red Bull on 48, V-Carb 42, Haas 30, Mercedes 17, Sauber 2, and then Aston Martin and McLaren still yet to score a point. Maybe it'll be this race with Bevel's pace, but we'll see as the race goes on, because now we have 29 laps of racing action to be looking forward to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Sakir. And it's lights down and away we go. It's a good start for reserve. And he gets away quickly. Swiggy gets a good start on TK. As everyone disperses across the circuit. We are almost 4 wide as we go down into turn 1. Do we see any incidents as the two, I believe that was V-Carbs, collide into each other? As oh fucking hell! Oh shit! It's Yummy! Oh, what is happening? Oh my fucking god! Hamburger's out, and it's a VSC to kick things off. But holy fucking shit! What has just happened in Sakir? Absolute carnage to start things off, and C, Yummy, Bar have all been collected as Rose has lagged out of the game. If I'm able to invite him back, would be helpful. I don't think I have him added, I don't. Any damages? We see him missing end play there. What's going on into turn 10 here? But lads, what are we doing? McLaren could be extending their no-point streak, as Reserve currently leads off the start. Right in behind is the Williams of Swiggy, literally sitting on his ass. What on earth? How have they not collided? TK, Duncan, Devil, but we're back underway. And Swiggy gets a good restart. He pulls to the right. Can he get past the Mercedes of Reserve? And hello there, TK. Also trying to find a move here into turn 15. Is there any contact? There is side by side. And as everyone makes their way into this corner, it is all even Steven at the moment as Reserve leads the first lap. We could see some sends. As down into turn 1, they're side by side. Oh my goodness me. It is jam-packed here at the moment, as DRS for Swiggy could allow him to get a move on Reserve. He pulls to the right. Can he get a move? Down the inside. It's a good move. He puts himself up into P1, as we've got yellow flags somewhere out there. Yeah, let's actually have a quick gander at the tyres. So we've got a couple soft runners, mediums, and then one person who's just picked for the hards. And, oh, Jesus, shit! TK's round at turn 8! He's dropped massively to 12th, and he's now got a big mountain to climb as Williams looks to be pushing for a 1-2 here. If Duncan can get past Reserve. Since when has Williams got this pace? As Devil trying to make a move on the Red Bull of Bear, who's had a brilliant start so far. As Lewis gets past Finn, they're still side by side. As they go down into turn 15 and 14 and 15, Finn does stay ahead of the V-Carb, but the Alpine has had a bit of a shaky corner. As Swiggy's starting to build a gap. As Lewis has been overtaken by both Alpines, as both of them have had good starts. As Aston Martin could be on course for getting points. Could we see a teammate crash? Could we see a real-life Australia? And who's that in the background? Who is that in the background? That's Maris. As they nearly collide into others. Somebody's dodged. That was Yummy. Had to go into the gravel. As Duncan can't keep up to Reserve. Reserve is about to... He has pulled out of the GRS range. As this midfield pack is still staying close. This is wide for Bear Funny. Devil tried to make the send, but Bear cuts across. There is contact, however. Not really damaging for either drivers. Yeah, speaking of penalties, let's see what has happened to kick things off. Maris has a drive through C, Bar and Yummy will have 3 seconds. There's a chance that the Red Bulls has a 3-second penalty, but I'm not sure. As DRS flaps fly open, we can see the Alpine trying to see what's going on up ahead. To go on board here with the Aston Martin. Can he get past Bear? As there's another yellow flag. Don't tell me Mariz has crashed into the... Oh, it's a... Jesus! Ambitious send there by Devil. It's up into 4th. As Lewis. Risky send here on Finn. Does get past. As Finn's going to try and go around the outside. The Haas trying to sneak through of Doggo. There's contact between the two. As the Haas goes a bit wide, TK can catch him lacking. And he has... He slips through up into 9th. He's slowly starting to climb back as TK is going to try and find the move down the inside on Finn, but he backs out as Finn has started to close the door more and more as TK did try to stick his nose in. Further up the grid, we've got a fight here for 4th. As Roseq has returned, he did get kicked out, so he's going to have to climb quite a bit as the bear slips past Devil. So who's this? Oh, it's tied! Tied is round once again. Well, not once again, but he is round. Be nice if the camera could change, thank you. Reserve and Swiggy keeping similar gaps. Devil, can he find a move here on Bear? Down this DRS straight. I don't think he can. He's got a bit of a worse exit compared to Bear. To be fair, is Devil going quicker? Devil is going quicker. As Lewis has been given a 3-second penalty for track limit infringements. As that's Markey getting past Devil. As TK tries to go around the outside here on Lewis. He'll have the inside line into turn 2 and we will probably get past. He does. There is a bit of contact. However, Lewis is dropping down to 8th. As that's a Haas, that's Doggo. He has to watch out because driver's oncoming. Doggo's going quite slowly, backs out, and Tide sneaks through. As Reserve has caught up to Swiggy. We have a battle on our hands here. As that's a Red Bull, that's Maris once again at the same sort of area on the circuit. As Swiggy trying to get out of slipstream. Reserve has got some overspeed. Can he find a move? No, he can't. We could see a move coming soon, though. Who won last race? Oh, it was Nick. It was the league owner in the Alpine. Swiggy came second, I think, after penalties, post-race penalties. And I forgot who was third. As down the hill they go, reserve tries to keep himself close to Swiggy here. Can the Mercedes find the move and get back up into the lead? That's down into the final corner. There's more yellow flags, and that's the same man once again. It's Mariz. But the mediums are just stronger now, and the reserve gets past Swiggy. That's Rose Q. Could be going up soon. It's another yellow flag. That's, speaking of Rose Q, that's him actually. He's been hit off by Fekov. I think he said it. I think Fekov said it. Literally told Rose Q to fuck off. And smacked him off circuit. We could see Swiggy diving for the pit soon. And there we go. Duncan on the mediums, so he will not be following him in. And now Swiggy with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Will Markey do the same? No, he won't. As Merez is being lapped here, which is not quite ideal. He does have a broken end plate. Backs away for his teammate. Could take out somebody here. He's not careful. As what's happening? What's happening? It's Haas. It's Riley. I think it was. No, it was Doggo. The Alpine Finn is going to try and sneak past. As Duncan finds himself up into second. As a lap 10 out of 29. There we go. Duncan goes to the pits. Does he speed? No, he doesn't. Bear follows suit. Bear does get a 10-second penalty. As Swiggy is going to bring himself quite far up. As Duncan is out. And Swiggy makes his way through turn 1. There's an Alpine emerging, and that Alpine is Markey, who's got some of these drivers on the undercut. Markey is up into 5th, and ahead of TK, ahead of Lewis, and ahead of Devil. As Ty's been dished a 10-second penalty, we're going to see a lot of 10-second time penalties. We currently wait. There's something going on up ahead. Devil and Lewis. One on hards, one on mediums. So the mediums will be quicker at the moment. And Devil with an outlandish send, which could allow... Yeah, Lewis does get back up into 7th. And keep that place. As Reserve is into the pits. Has Swiggy. It will Swiggy get past. So here we go, into the pits. It's a new set of hard compound tyres, I believe, for the Mercedes. Where are we going? Okay, it was a glitch. But here comes Swiggy. You can see Reserve. And Swiggy's ahead by quite a lot. This camera, there we go, it's gone now. But Reserve is quite a bit behind. Why does it keep on switching to UX? I mean, as Marky and Bear fight for 4th, it's looking close. TK could join in. TK makes the dive on Bear, and he's up into 5th. No safety car, which is quite a surprise. Lewis still fending off the Devil in the Aston Martin. So Lance Stroll in disguise, essentially. I lost a viewer because of that. As who's this? Who's this? It's Riley, who is slipping and sliding. He's cut across turn 3 for some reason. He doesn't have a front wing, which isn't quite ideal for him. Gonna have to watch out. He's got some drivers up ahead, up behind him, but technically up ahead, except for UX's. Almost every single person has got a penalty. Deary, deary me. As Reserve has to get somehow. Oh my Jesus! What is going on with UX as well? He dives out of the way. And Reserve had to get past that as well. So 5 seconds now is what splits Swiggy and Reserve. It used to be 3, but due to the blue flags, he's dropped back quite a bit. Yellow flags, that's a Haas. That's Riley again, who I think tried to purposely DNF. Because you can't DNF like that. Just gonna watch him for a little bit. Just wanna see what he does. Marky, can he find a move here on TK? While he's into the pits, does he retire in the pits, or just go for a new front wing? As Finn has lagged out of the session. Let's see what goes on here with Devil and Lewis. As that's another yellow flag. That's Maris. It was spun round. He's going to have to watch out because there's a V-carb. and a Aston Martin shortly approaching. Riley's a whole minute behind 18th. Dearing me. As oh Jesus! Devil hits the back of Lewis. As Marius has been given a 10-second penalty for speeding. As Lewis with a defensive line can't let Devil past at all. Let's look at penalties once again, and it's just quite a long list, as you can tell. It's another yellow. That's a Sauber of Tide. Is that the Riley in the pits again? As that was a bit scary. How many stops has Riley made? 2. As whoa! Riley with a bit of a spin there. Can he get it back forward? Surprisingly, he can. As Swiggy has lapped him again. He's been lapped twice in 15 laps. Can he really hold off reserve a bit? As it's got to go shit, it's reserve round! He's lost, he's got to go. Oh, fucking hell! Reserve is out of the race! What the fuck has just happened? It's a full course safety car! Oh my Jesus me! Duncan just went straight into reserve like if it's bowling! And it's a full course safety car. Some drivers will be able to serve their 10-second stop and goes, especially Swiggy. A Riley mistake, reserve hits him, and then Duncan decides, let's just drive straight into him. Because why not? Interesting move there, interesting tactic, if I'm completely honest. As Duncan's also been given a drive-through. Ooh, Williams. But here we go, Swiggy definitely serve. His stop and go will be pitting for mediums as well, I think. As TK dives for the pits too. As it's contact between Duncan and TK, that could be another penalty for Duncan. As it's we've got traffic. It's a double stack. As Swiggy is still in front of TK, however Duncan's had a bit of a hold up there. As Lewis goes to the pits. But TK's back up from when he spun and dropped down to 12th. As Marky's logged out, which is not ideal. He's currently in third. He's currently in a good position, so he needs to quickly rejoin. So we've got a safety car here. This will last a lap or two. Do I have enough to quickly eat something? Go on, let's go. Alright, we're back. Alright, we're waiting for the safety car to go away. Duncan still needs to serve his drive-through. Will he serve it now? No. Let me see if I have added Finn. Wait. There you go. No worries, man. Another 10-second penalty. Jesus. Safety cars in this lap. Dictated by race control. So we go around the final corner. Swiggy will take it away. Here goes starting lap 19 out of 29. We are underway once again as the Sauber's already spun in the background. What a start. As Duncan has not served his driver penalty yet, which is interesting. As Lewis off the line as TK's gone wide. He drops down to 5th as Lewis is up into 2nd. Good start at the moment for him. We've got another yellow. Oh, what's happening here is Doggo and Markey. And Frigo's tied as well past Doggo. Not the race for him, that's for sure. And Barn the man as well. As all, that was a bit of a scare. As the bar nearly clashes into his teammate. As it's another safety car. Deary Jesus. As Doggo has retired as well. And what has just happened to this Grand Prix? Well, at least we're going to restart shortly. As we're already building up a safety car queue. Thing got kicked again. Let me quickly invite you back then, mate. Where's Finn? Okay, Finn got kicked, but I can't invite him back. Duncan's still yet to serve his drive-through penalty. Why? If you haven't, I recommend you to subscribe to 4D Sports for more F1 Racing League action. We'll be soon starting the Blocks Football Conference, which is Roblox football. And whatnot. think the safety car will be going in this lap, so we'll start from lap 20 to lap 29. Why does it spray like that? What the fuck? Don't go hit me in DNF. Ah. I've sprayed it quite a bit. Well, actually. The spray's winning it. I'm not sure if it's going. Safety car is not in this lap, which is interesting. As we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. So safety car is in this lap now as we're going to begin lap 23. We have 7 laps left of this Grand Prix. Swiggy leads to Lewis, Devil, TK Bear, Rose, Yummy, Seatide, Finn Duncan, Feckoff, Bar, Marky and Mariz. Mariz obviously quite a bit down as it's a 10-second penalty for Lewis. To be fair, Swiggy was swerving quite a bit, so there's a chance that Lewis will get that 10-second penalty removed. But anyway, we are underway for once again another round, or another start to another race in G14 Racing League. As Swiggy's quick to defend. As who is this? This is Bear. Who is? He's being sent wide. He spins across, and oh fucking hell, that's Mariz. Holy jump scare there. And that is not the start for Lewis as Swiggy starts to build another lead. As Bear just sent it on Lewis for no reason. I don't know why. Just hit, he sent it and hit Lewis. As Mariz is retired on circuit, there won't be any safety cars nor virtual safety cars. As in the background, that was Yummy losing his rear end there, as Duncan is still yet to serve his drive-through, so is Yummy. So he gets up into 7th. The McLaren could be getting points. The point drop could be over, but Yummy's just don't know what he's doing there. To be fair, free penalty they won't be. Duncan still needs to serve his drive-through. Will he serve it is the question, so it will be Yummy. There we go. Duncan's finally serving it. Took his time. 26 seconds! I'm just... 26. 26. Jesus. Lewis is side by side with Devil. Can he get past? As it's almost 3 wide, it's down into turn 8 they go. Bear's trying to find a manoeuvre for another weird reason. He's lost an end play, to be fair. So he'll be lacking some kind of pace, if he had any. As Lewis has just been punted off nearly, as Devil does hit the side of Lewis. The debut for Hamburger did not go well. He's DNF'd. The debut for, I believe, Mariz, I'm not going to remember him racing. He might have, but I can't remember. He's DNF'd. Finn, he's currently 13th. Who else we've got? Marky's 6th. And then you've got Lewis, who's 3rd. He will be 4th when he gets that 10-second penalty removed, though. As into turn 4, Lewis has been caught on the switch back here by Bear. Raced in Brazil. I weren't in Brazil. I didn't. That was the one race I didn't commentate. Oh, okay. Right, he got disqualified. Just realised that. Duncan's got rid of his 10-second penalty at least. He's going to just start serving all the penalties. He's got one more to serve. I think so Yummy, maybe. So lap 26 is about to start. We're going to have 4 laps to go here in Bahrain. Swiggy leads to TK, to Lewis, to Devil, to Bear. Devil's going to try and find a move. He's got the overspeed and gets past. We've got Marky trying to fight Bear here. Oh shit! What the fuck? Lewis has been murdered by Devil and it's a full course safety car. And that's Lewis's race gone. He was on course for a podium, but gets taken out by the Aston Martin. I've just got no clue what happened there. The two just went into the gravel and into the barriers. This race could potentially end on the safety car. We could have a last lap battle between TK and Swiggy, but I think Swiggy's just quicker. There's also a chance to pit. Both for a new set of softs. Aston Martin should be disqualified. To be fair. Swiggy stays out. Devil's retired. TK stays out. I thought TK was going to go into the pits. Tide's been given a 10-second. Oh, this race has not been the cleanest when it comes to safety cars. So many 10 seconds for collisions. These will be the tyres the drivers will end on, and TK has got the better. So he's got much more weaker tyres. Duncan and Yummy will probably not catch up to the safety car queue. Not many will, to be honest. Safety car will go in either this or at next lap. But we're going to have a final lap showdown here for race victory, which is going to be fun to watch. Hopefully. Is safety car in this lap? To be fair, lots of drivers are now rejoining the queue, so it may be. Safety car's in this lap. There we go. So that was rather quick. So everyone's bunching up here. It's going to be close. So we'll see what's going to happen. And we're underway for one last time here at Bahrain. 2 laps to go here in Sakir. And we'll see who will be crowned our winner. Will it be Swiggy? Will it be TK? Maybe even Marky down into turn 1. It's Swiggy and TK side by side. We could even see a leaders collision. But somehow we don't as Swiggy slowly starts to try and run away. TK keeping close though, especially with the fresher-ish tyres. As hards, these lap old hards and then Swiggy's mediums have the same age. Obviously, hards will be a bit better, but it depends on pace, I think. As C has got himself into 5th, which is fair play to him. It will be the first McLaren points. We'll see most likely first Aston Martin points for Fekhoff. No, we won't. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. As Rose Q sends it down the inside on Bar. It's a good move, and obviously Bar saw it coming and lets him past. As TK still keeping close to Swiggy. Will Swiggy make a mistake? There's lots of pressure going on right now. Duncan been given a 3-second. As the Williams is going to have to watch out because DRS is enabled. He's got the better exit. And we'll find out. Can Mark even get them moved on TK here? It'll be a good finish for Alpine. No more Droma as well. I don't know what's... I think Droma was a reserve. So, as Rose has been taken out, he's bumping over the curb. He'll keep 5th, I think, due to penalties. As Fekhoff has gone quite wide, if I'm completely honest. He's gone wide quite a bit there and might have just put himself out of the points. It's another yellow. Who's that? It's Bahrain Bear. As Rosecue slips back past. It'll be victory for the Williams as Swiggy wins his first ever Grand Prix in the G14 Racing League. It was a close finish, but Swiggy ends out victorious. C will not be 4th due to penalties. I think it'll be 6th or 5th. As it will be, yeah, it'll be 6th for C. Rosecue in 5th, Bear in 4th. But it's victory for Swiggy, then it's TK, Markey, and you saw the rest. No points for Aston Martin, but the first ever points go for McLaren. A cheeky 8 points, which will put them in front of the Saubers. I think. No, the Sauber obviously got points as well. So there won't be point. There will be no overtaking. It's a bit of a hopscotch over there to the podium. As Swiggy wins in Bahrain. Your race winner, Swiggy. Driver of the day, Thekov, and then most overtakes go to Markey, who finds himself onto the podium for the first time. Quite a hefty race we've just seen there. Lots of safety cars. A good battle towards the end, but it ends with victory for the Williams of Swiggy. Thank you guys very much for watching. That was a brilliant race to lay our eyes upon, but it ends like that. Thank you guys very much. Until next time.